O OBS travou.
Mas já vai voltar.
Estamos reiniciando a live. Hello, we're back. No.
Yeah.
Okay, so are we back? Okay, so sorry about that, folks. I think OBS decided to.
Wait a minute because we
Yes.
don't have anyone in this transmission.
Okay.
Mudou o link.
We need to resend the link for everyone.
Okay, so just.
I don't.
Yeah, let's reshare the link now.
Yeah, I just don't see it yet on my like subscription page though. Hold up.
Não, essa aqui ficou. Não criou.
Não está.
Você copiou os...
Hoje só colocou o título e depois eu disse.
Por aquele lá não dá pra print.
Não sei. Ele foi com o vídeo.
Não tá aparecendo.
I think we're live actually.
Are we?
Yeah,
Are we back?
yeah, I just opened my subscription page. Hello.
Hello, people. If you guys can hear us, so sorry about that. OBS decided to crash on us.
Yeah.
And yeah, technical difficulties. So sorry about that. We're gonna wait just a minute so we can share the new link for the live stream with a couple more people.
Yes.
And yeah, just hang on with us for just a minute.
Okay.
Let's see here.
We have a few people with us.
I think we can. I think we can actually just.
Well, we have 15 people.
Yeah, I broke the stream. Yeah. Never break the stream, guys. That's definitely what happened. I have and I don't want to jinx myself, but I have an almost 30-day streak without breaking any minis, and the universe just can't have that, so it broke our stream.
Yeah.
But we are back now. Give us just a couple more minutes. We are resharing the link in our social media channels and in our communities. Just make sure nobody misses this live stream. Yeah, I think the numbers are going up, and I think we are back, like back.
Okay.
Okay. So let's talk a little bit about the pure blood engineer. So I think when the stream crashed, I was talking about the character that comes right before this one, Dr. Alvarez. But let's talk a little bit about the Shadowclaw, the aliens of this bundle, or special original loot aliens for this bundle. They are a weird race of aliens. They have different castes. The top caster called the Pure Blood, and they do experiments, even in other Shadowclaw. And the bioengineer is where we start, with concept art by Rafael Loureiro and sculpt by Edu Beleza. So let's check out the sculpt now. Just a beautiful, beautiful character.
Yeah, I love when we pull off like multiple arms and it feels kind of organic.
Yeah, this one is a very, it feels very kind of aristocratic, right?
Yes.
The One of the things that I love about this one and the next one as well is that they have a lot of arms, but most of their arms, a couple of their arms seem like fairly fragile, right? They're not, they don't lift. Let's just
Exactly.
put
They
it this way.
don't. They do not lift.
Uh, but yeah, and they have these tentacles here.
Yeah.
But we have some other examples of characters in this bundle and of this the Shadowclaw race that are they are much beefier, much stronger arms. They give off a completely different vibe, but still they feel like they are from the same species.
Exactly. I mean, just to give a general knowledge on the biology of the Shadowclaw, they kind of lose those tentacles as they get older or get more evolved. So you're going to see more bulkier and kind of more, physical creatures after
Yes.
these ones.
And I love the cloth here, both the folds in it, but the texture as well. I
that's
think it's
amazing.
absolutely amazing. Don't know if the camera is going to be able to show it. But this is not the only pure blood that we have for this bundle. We also have a mech engineer. So let's check out the concept for that one. The concept for the mech engineer was done by Francisco Ferreira, and the sculpt, just like the bioengineer, was done by Edu Beleza.
There you go. And this is the techier version.
Yeah,
pure
so
blood.
while the bioengineer is doing the bioengineering,
Yes.
is doing the weird experiments with Shadowclaw DNA and even human DNA. We're gonna get to that soon. We also have the mech engineer, which is the one that does all of the augments for the Shadowclaw.
Augments and weapons.
Yes, so let's check out the skull live here. The arms of the Shadowclaw are not supposed to be vestigial. They are still quite functional, but they are just not on the purebloods. The arms are just not as not as suited for combat. Let's say.
It's more like suited for fine engineering, as their name implies.
Yeah, they do a lot of they use a lot of different tools. It's their arms are very very dexterous
Exactly.
and made for to use. And you can see that both of the purebloods they have a very similar head crest, which is a little bit more humanoid than what we're going to see from the other Shadowclaw in just a little bit.
Yeah, I love to give the props to the artists on how like intricately and how developed the Shadowclaw race is. It has so many layers. It's really, really cool.
Yeah, and I believe we can move on to our next character. You want to take that one, Luca?
Okay, yes, absolutely. We're going to be talking now about, as you said before, the experiments on humans they have been doing, the Shadow Human Zero. You're seeing the concept art done by Tarek Moutran, and it was sculpted by Matheus Baboni. And this is kind of what they kind of did to the humans from the station that they sort of invaded, sort of went there to save some of their people. But yeah,
Yeah, this one is kind of a doozy.
Yes.
It's very I don't want to say Alien 4 because that wasn't such a great movie, but it's very it's very alien in that it's an infected creature. They want to create the perfect being. Both Dr. Alvarez and the bioengineers are working together on this one. And yeah, it's a very, very fun model. It's a very, very fun sculpt. This used to be a full-fledged person. Now it's kind of a Zerg queen, right? It does come with this part comes as a separate piece. Let me show you guys here. And here you can see a bunch of little like Shadowclaw embryos,
yeah,
right?
almost like the what used to infect a human to make into a shadow human, right?
Yeah. So this is a plague of Shadowclaw
Yes.
just waiting to happen.
Exactly.
I love the extended head here. the kind of malformed tentacles. This creature, if it has any feelings at all, it is suffering.
Absolutely. So let's move to the next miniature. This is kind of the biggest of the Shadowclaw. This is the Shadowclaw Prime. The concept art that you're seeing right now was done by Takeshi Amano, and the sculpted version was done by Caio Bellucci. And this is kind of, well, the name implies Prime, and it really brings that to the table.
Yeah, it's a big boy. The Prime is a big boy.
That's kind of the generals and kind of leaders of the Shadowclaw in the like military kind of part of their society.
Yeah, this is what we meant when we said, some of them have extra arms that are actually useful for fighting, right? Like this is a big. This guy definitely lifts. His tentacles definitely lift, and he's enhanced, right? So he's not just a biological creature. He's this is one of the guys that is actually, I believe, this one and the Omega and maybe the Mechanized Shadowclaw as well. They're all the results of experiments that a human government or organization has been doing with these creatures to try and create the perfect weapon, right? Because that's what you always want to do when you find an alien species that can definitely destroy humanity. You want to give them weapons and give them armor and turn them into something even more dangerous.
The best course of action, of course.
Yes, and this one is a large model. So if I could take one of the kind of regular Shadowclaw here, just for a size comparison.
Yeah.
You guys are gonna see this guy is quite beefy. But even this Shadowclaw is taller than a regular human, and we're gonna get to that in just a second. I absolutely love the armor on this one and
the kind of integrated armor, right?
Yeah.
Like the muscle showing up like over kind of the skin is absolutely amazing in this mini.
Yeah, this guy is really, really ripped.
Yeah.
He definitely does not skip leg day. Okay, so let's move on to our next character, which is going to be the Omega Shadowclaw.
Yes.
And just give me just a second here, guys. And the Omega is one of the things that the humans do from a regular Shadowclaw. The concept art for this one was done by Rafael Loureiro, and the sculpt was done by Lailson Camini.
This is the heavily augmented version of the Shadowclaw by Dr. Vanessa.
Yeah.
Also. And
Yeah, so you're gonna notice that this one is a lot. It's a little bit creepier.
it's almost bestial kind of compared to the other Shadowclaw.
Yes. With this one, we wanted to give you. With the Shadowclaw, we wanted to kind of run the gamut of body types. So we have a couple of them that work more like beasts, more like a mindless creature, like the alien, and a couple of them work a little bit better as something like the predator, right? Or even as an intelligent alien species from the galactic core in Star Wars or something like that. But either way, this is not something you wanna see in a dark alley, right?
You know what scares me the most about this is because it's a huge creature with tiny little T-Rex arms
Yeah,
on the front.
these arms are like human size.
Yeah,
This is like the arms that he uses to manipulate stuff, right?
Exactly.
Like he may be smart enough to open doors,
Exactly.
you know.
Oh no.
But like the raptors in Jurassic Park.
Exactly. I was thinking about that.
So yeah, definitely not something you wanna see in a dark alley at night. A lot of muscle here,
Yes.
and again, a lot of useful appendages on this one. Should we move on to the next one, which I believe is the Alpha, right?
Yes, that's the one.
So the Alpha is kind of an untainted version of a Shadowclaw.
This is kind of Shadowclaw in the wild, sort
Yeah.
of.
So we have concept art right there by Rafael Oliveira, and we have a sculpt by Caio Bellucci.
Yeah, it looks amazing.
And yeah, this guy is a little bit more. If you take a Shadowclaw, like a kind of a Shadowclaw tadpole, and you just let it grow and let it eat, it turns into something like this. It may evolve further, it may or it may not, depending on environmental factors. But yeah, this is already scary enough as it is. So this is kind of like base form Shadowclaw. And I love the the all of the Shadowclaw that we've seen so far. They kind of share this kind of shield shaped
Yeah. Kind of
head crest here.
section head crest with a little bit of a, I don't know what's that in the top, like.
Oh, I think it's just like the where the brain goes. I think it's just a skull cap.
Oh, fair enough.
Yes, and but it also looks a little bit like that dinosaur that liked to butt head stuff.
Oh, what's the name of that one?
I'm not good with dinosaur names.
Oh, me neither.
But you can see like one of the things that we try to do is that the tentacles, the more tentacles one of the Shadowclaw has, the less evolved it is.
Yeah.
So this is kind of like base form Shadowclaw.
And they kind of lose tentacles with age or with like developing it unnaturally, sort of.
Yeah. So and again, they can be modified by either humans or by their own bioengineers that are just searching for the perfect weapon. But yeah, this kind of the base one. We do have a couple more Shadowclaw before we go.
Yeah,
So
we're delivering the full species today.
Yeah.
And that's amazing. Let's talk then about the Shadowclaw Brute. This is the infantry for the Shadowclaw. He is like their base fighter, their base defender, fully armed. And the concept art that you're seeing right now was done by Igor Gonçalves, and the sculpt for the Shadowclaw Brute was done by Edu Beleza. Yeah, that is amazing. Blade arm to complete kind of the ensemble.
Yeah, this one is a little bit closer to the Predator or the Protoss from StarCraft, or a lot of aliens from Mass Effect as well. So it's a weird looking kind of humanoid alien with a lot of weapons, a lot of very very high sci-fi weapons.
I always appreciate weapons that you're like, you put your whole arm into it. It's not just the trigger.
This one feels a little bit like the what's the name of that weapon from the Fifth Element?
Oh.
Yeah, I'm not going to remember it. I'm a nerd. I'm not that much of a, I'm terrible with names. But this one you can see that is he's wearing a mask actually. So a little bit more Predator-like in that sense.
Kind of complementing the head crest also.
Yes. So this guy is not just cannon fodder. He's actually kind of an important member of the Shadowclaw army. But if this is the front line, who are the marksmen of the Shadowclaw?
Well, let me tell you, they're the Hunter Shadowclaw. Let's take a look at the concept for them. They're the agile, the kind of running in the front and kind of taking out the most they can before running back in this guerrilla warfare kind of situation.
Yes, they are definitely running behind enemy lines and killing everything. They would be kind of the stealthiest and the most mobile Shadowclaw.
Absolutely. The concept for this one was done by Tariq Moutran, and the sculpted version was done by Laison Kamini. Let's take a look at that. And yeah, he is. I love the minis that we do. They're kind of interacting with the scenery. And this one does that really well, and it shows off what they actually can do with their tentacles. So
yeah, he is actually like holding on to this beam here with its claws, but like the tentacles are reaching to grab it as well and just balancing it as it jumps off. It is a very very. I can imagine this, like if Predator had gone to Predator mixed with Cirque du Soleil, right? Just just jumping around, like just being a terrible nuisance.
An absolute menace.
You're gonna have a hard time hitting this guy.
True that.
And I absolutely love this one. And yeah, this one with the brutes, they are kind of the rank and file of the Shadowclaw armies as they were.
Do you know what it reminds me kind of? It reminds me of Stitch from Little Stitch, like when he has all his arms out with the guns.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Ohana means family.
Ohana means
Yeah,
family.
that movie breaks me, man. That movie absolutely breaks me. Okay, so let's move on to our next character, which is actually going to be our last Shadowclaw for today, which is going to be kind of a smaller fella.
Yeah. But creepy though.
Yeah, very, very creepy. This is actually not an alien or an aberration or anything. This is actually a straight up undead creature. This is the Mechanized Shadowclaw with concept art by Rafael Oliveira and sculpt by Romário Romiz. And the story with this one is that, as a scientist, you don't let anything go to waste, right? Maybe you've experimented a lot with one of the Shadowclaw, and you don't have a full Shadowclaw left, but that doesn't mean you can't make that into a weapon.
Exactly.
So yeah, this guy he has lost his legs, but he still has enough limbs to get around just fine. Yeah, this guy is just creepy as hell. He has a couple of missing tentacles here, a couple of mechanical limbs,
Yeah.
and he's definitely being kept alive by the machines, right? Just pick up a body. It's just a Frankenstein of a creature.
Yeah, it's kind of being animated more than kind of helped to be alive. It's
Yeah.
just going forth with a code in its head, not really a thought. But yeah.
Yeah, and I think that it actually has something here, right? It has a little system in the place of that head crest thing,
Yeah.
where the brain goes. Just put a computer in there, and it's gonna work.
It's kind of a
just fine.
sensor, right? I love how much detail we can actually get on this minis. Look at that. That's amazing.
Yeah, I love everything about the Shadowclaw. That the kind of almost you know almost like elephant skin like texture to their skin. I imagine the Shadowclaw are very, very oily.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is going to be these are going to be some fun creatures to fight against.
Absolutely.
And who is going to be fighting against them?
Well,
So let's showcase our Gamma Squad, the actual kind of heroes for this bundle. Starting off with their captain, Captain Lorraine. Captain Lorraine is there in all of her glory, with concept art by Tarek Moutran and sculpt by Joe Colares.
I love this mini. I love how much personality they put into her face and her action. She is just fearless.
Yeah, the thing with Gamma Squad is this is not the first alien incursion they've had to deal with.
This is not the
Right.
first world-ending event they've been a part of.
For Lorraine here, it's probably it's just another Tuesday.
Yes, exactly.
We went with a little bit of a different vibe for her, for this character in particular. So she's wearing this helmet, which is a little bit old-fashioned.
It's kind of even
Right.
Renaissance-like, right?
It's I think it's based on one of those World War One helmets.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, this is this I think this one would actually fit quite well as a proxy for Warhammer or something like that, as an Inquisitor
Oh
or
yes.
something like that.
That'd be amazing.
But we actually have a bust version of Captain Lorraine here, which is gonna allow us to show a little bit more detail. I love the eye patch here, a lot of pouches for bullets, right? And
I love how it feels like she's so accustomed with the kind of headgear and helmet. She doesn't even like lower her face. She just looks at the creature with a side eye.
this is like a witch hunter, a monster hunter.
Yeah.
This can totally be a hero character, right?
Absolutely.
Especially with, look at this. Just look at the head here, holding the head by the tongue like this. And that was something I actually didn't know about the Shadowclaw until I saw this mini, that their tongues open up into like this this three-pronged extra mouth.
I love to think that this character against the alien would grab the little alien from like the mouth alien. That would be amazing.
Yes.
Yeah.
But this is just the first character in the Gamma Squad.
Yeah.
Which is going to be the next one, Luca?
Moving on, we have Lieutenant Jackson. The concept art that you're seeing right now was done by Francisco Ferreira, and the sculpted version was done by Lucas Hayes. And he is the second in command, the kind of quartermaster for her crew, and he is absolutely amazing. I love characters with side capes as well. He just has this kind of commanding authority figure that kind of complements Lorraine.
Yeah, this guy is a very highly decorated officer. He's kind of he can almost he can actually work very well as a villain, almost like an M Bison type.
Yes.
And I love the fact that like this is a regular pose, but then you turn him around and he's holding a gun, right? It's this little detail. I really like it.
Yeah. Just gives so much personality to this character.
And I also love that both him and the captain there, their clothes are actually can kind of double down as a bodysuit for space.
Or even like a military uniform. It has like little interesting details in there that kind of make the mini be so much more complex.
Yeah. Let's move on to our next character. And let me hand that off here.
Okay.
Quick.
The next character we're covering is the Power Suit Specialist Tools. Yeah, this is really cool. This reminds me of Alien instantly. The concept art for this one was done by Igor Gonçalves and it was sculpted by Gustavo Glissi. And let's take a look at that. Yeah, that is amazing. Look at the size of those weapons.
Yeah, and Specialist Stoles is actually, technically supposed to be a female character.
Yeah.
But I think this character is because she's in the power suit is actually fairly versatile. And because of the suit, you can't actually see the hair out that much. But I'm gonna give you Specialist Stoles kind of gives me like that almost like an evil witch vibes.
Kind of, yeah.
Right, with the way her face is contorted into a smile there.
She really does.
Yeah, and it's again always with the power suit's really awesome. I don't know what kind of bullets she's shooting here, but it is not fun to be on the receiving end of it.
Absolutely. So, what is the last member of the squad? Or the last human member?
The last human member of the squad, because we definitely have an extra one after this. The last human member of the squad is actually Exterminator Yaris. So let's check out the concept art for Yaris. Yaris has concept art by Takeshi Amano, and it was sculpted by Gustavo Glissi.
Yeah. You're going to see the object that accompanies this guy, and every dream that you have from replaying the pyro from Team Fortress 2 is going to be completed right now. It's going to be amazing.
Yes, so here we go. This is not your mama's flamethrower.
Yes.
Right? This is a big flamethrower, big thing. And it actually comes with its own object. So they go together like this. They fit together like very well. Just so you guys can see it a little bit better there. So if this fire effect is flush with the ground, is going to be aligned with the actual nozzle of the flamethrower here, which is going to be awesome. This is actually and if you don't want to use the flamethrower, it's made to work as a flamethrower, but you can also just say, yeah, it's just a regular gun. It's a regular big badass gun.
True.
I love the armor here, the kind of lamellar armor.
That kind of canister also with the armor kind of really fits. I love it. Yeah, and this is another kind of hidden character. Like he's completely covered. He is protected. Yeah, that is amazing.
Yes, and last but not least, let's check out our bot for this bundle. Yes, we are doing bots again. Oh, I almost broke a mini. I didn't break anything, right? Okay, I almost broke something, but I didn't.
31-day streak continues.
Yes, so this is the Scout bot with sculpt by just a second here, with sculpt by Douglas Lobo, with concept by Douglas Lobo, and sculpt by Marco Lombardi. And the Scout bot is the bot you send in when you don't actually want to, you need to clear a room and you're pretty sure that there's gonna be stuff inside that room, stuff that can kill humans. Repairing a bot is cheaper than the life insurance of the average soldier. So that's how you get the Scout bot.
Yeah, and
the kind of guy that goes into the bot that goes in front and clears or at least partially clears the rooms.
Before being destroyed, of course. But it's such a versatile mini. Like I would love to have like a little army of scout bots because it really just fits that kind of place in my imagination.
Yeah, this one, a bunch of these, kind of a droid army, but kind of more badass droid army. It would be very, very nice. I love the kind of the design for the kind of head of the scout bot here.
Yeah.
It looks a little bit like a medieval helmet. I like the way the kind of this back plate protects the head. All these little details work very, very well together to make a very, very good kind of soldier bot.
It sure does. Should we talk a little bit about the
Yeah,
objects?
let's talk about the objects because we're not done yet. We're done with the characters for this bundle,
Yeah.
but we still have some stuff to show you.
I'm excited.
And let's start with a crate or crate strap, which actually comes in two versions, right? So we have so right there we have the concept art by Davi Lucas, and a sculpt by Bruno Oliveira is right here in my hand. So we have the regular crate here, but we have the kind of mimic version of the crate. And I love that if you look from the top down like this, you can actually see the perfect room for a single 32mm model. So yeah, you can just it can just swallow up one of the characters. I think this is one of the we've done a lot of mimic type creatures over the years, a lot of chests, a lot of crates, but I think this one kind of takes the cake, right? It's just so fun to actually use.
It is amazing.
So yeah, basically any 32mm can go in here. Some of them, like the mileage may vary.
Yeah, it might be a little bit finicky with the ones that have a lot
Yeah,
of
this one's kind of wide. Let me pick. Yeah, I'm actually gonna stop trying to do this before I break something. So let's move on to our next object, our next terrain object.
This is the alien cage. It comes in two versions, which we're going to show off in a little bit. The concept art that you're seeing right now was done by David Lucas, and the sculpted version was done by Bruno Oliveira. And
so if you can hand me those.
absolutely.
Yeah, so this kind of, the kind of geodesic dome, you can use it as a habitat, we have it as an experimental cage or something like that. Does this actually come apart?
Yes, it does. I hold up, let me try to do that.
Yeah, because there we go.
Yeah, there we go.
So yeah, this is the base, which is fairly simple, and then we have this piece. This piece you can it comes in I believe 2 or 3 parts. The dome itself, and then the glass comes as a separate thing, so you can print it in translucent resin, like we did here. So you have all of these little pieces here that kind of go into the grates and give this effect. That is actually quite nice. And we also have kind of a broken version here, as if the aliens have broken out and escaped.
Yes. And it probably fits even like the largest of the Shadowclaw, right?
For the 32 millimeters, yes, I believe so. So let's pick up the prime here. I think it may be he's maybe a little big, but I think the other ones he's the tallest one as well. I think the other ones will fit quite well.
Yeah, not much can contain the Shadowclaw Prime, pretty much. Should we talk a little bit about the other kind of playable terrain that we have here?
Yes, this one's a biggie.
Yes.
So let's take a look at both the bunker and its secret exit have concept art by Marcos Torres and were sculpted by Alex Maric.
Here you go.
And this is the kind of exit, and this is the bunker. Let me try to showcase as much of it as I can. It has a little helipad here on top. It is actually fairly big. This is the inside of the bunker, right? And it's not supposed to be gigantic or anything. It's just supposed to hold off our heroes until help arrives. It's a safe room, basically. And let me showcase it. Let me just turn it around a little bit. Give you guys a good view of the different doors here.
It's good to say that it's printed in around some 6 or 7 pieces, individual pieces. So you can most likely print this on smaller printers as well.
Yes. And we have kind of an extra exit here, an extra terrain piece that goes with the bunker, kind of a secret exit down that can go out in the hills. Maybe not everyone in the research station knows about this one. Just the guys that work directly for the corporation. They have a way out. Everyone else can go screw themselves.
Absolutely.
So yeah, this is our Deep Space Madness bundle.
Our May Sci-Fi bundle.
Yes, this bundle is kind of a return to form for us. It's been a while since we did a full-on space bundle like this with a lot of aliens. We will continue doing stuff like this. We are trying to avoid the kind of mistake that we did, and I talked about this before, of focusing too much on a single team. And we're going to do a little bit more variation. And I think we should actually reveal the name of our next bundle to give a hint about what's to come next month. Do you want to do the honors?
I would absolutely love to.
Okay, so the name of our next sci-fi bundle is...
It is Mark of the Hunter.
Yes.
Kind of honoring our Hunter Week here with the Galaxy Month. So again, Mark of the Hunter. This is going to be a fun one, you guys. But yeah.
Yes. So let's just review the announcements, and then we can go into a quick Q&A section.
So recapping for you guys that weren't here before, we have a couple of videos coming out soon. The first of them is FDM versus Resin that should be released within the week. We also have a little bit of an insider view here at Loot with the full process of making kayaks, Sunathir kayaks. It's a little doc, a few interviews with the people here that kind of run the show, and that's going to be really interesting. And we also have something going on that is very special. Since May the 4th and until May 25th, we have the Galaxy Month. So
yeah, and the Galaxy Month there's a bunch of promotions going on. It's kind of our Lutz nod to the nerd of kind of the month of kind of nerd pride. So from May the 4th until Tao Day, we're going to have a bunch of promotions. Right now we have Fear the Eternal Embrace, Sandy Dunes of Lutba, and War for Humanity are our bundles that are on sale right now on our Hunters Week. These bundles will have a rotation on Thursday, and then we're gonna have Savage Outbreak in Space, SOS, Spacecraft Crashers, and we're gonna have GIA, or kind of Men in Black inspired bundle, will go on sale. Besides that, we also have a 6-month subscription option now. So if you wanna save some money, and if you're sure you wanna stay with you want to save Flute for another 6 months, you can choose the 6-month subscription option right now, and you get a discount for those 6 months. So you're actually going to be paying for like 5 months of subscription instead of 6, and you also get this Vic. Can we actually is she actually like glued together?
Sort of, but she is sturdy. Let me push
Yes,
this.
let's try to bring her into frame here.
Yeah. You don't need the overhead camera for this one. This is just...
Yeah, she's enormous. So this is
actually move this here.
so this is Vic the Mad Bear. Oh, we actually have a 75mm version of
We
her
do.
here we can showcase. Can we go to the overhead camera actually, so it can showcase? This is the 75mm version. So the character inside is a 75mm character, and the robot around her, the power suit around her, needs to be made to fit. So she's actually like gigantic, just enormous, right? And we have a statue version of her. She is available to purchase as a separate thing if you don't want to buy the subscriptions, if you don't want to buy the bundle. But honestly, guys, it is very, very much worth it to sign up for the 6-month subscription and get Vic the Mad Bear.
Yes.
She is so awesome. Can we go to the did we already show the overhead camera? Oh, okay. So yeah, I really want to take her home. She's actually going to be she's going to be part. She may actually show up again in a future bundle as part of something special that we have cooking up.
We have plans.
We have plans. We have plans for her.
Yes. Should we open the chat here for a Q&A though?
Yes, we actually have. I saw a couple of questions, so
Okay.
we can go into a quick Q&A section.
The Martian Manhunter bundle. That's a little bit of a stretch for a name, but I love it. I love the creativity.
So let's see here. Someone asked, and I don't know who it was, if we have some content on how we assemble our minis, and we actually do. We have every once in a while we release a time lapse of the model assembly, but we also have some videos
Yeah.
somewhere. I think we have some stuff on YouTube and some stuff on Instagram. So definitely check out our Instagram if you haven't.
Besides the videos, we also have usually an assembling guide on our
Yeah, especially
magazines.
for the big stuff like this, you kind of need to have an assembly guide.
Yes.
Let's see what else. Grizzle Reaper is asking, hey, do you guys have a process that you recommend for getting rid of gaps in resin pieces? Was just printing the ships from Astro Looters, and it was a struggle to get it to line up. So resin has this thing where it actually warps a little bit on when you're printing, especially if there's like temperature fluctuations and stuff like that. I think
Have
yes.
a video on YouTube talk about finishing
Yes.
process.
Yes.
and
So if
filling.
if you search on our YouTube channel, we have a video on like the full process of how to finish a model and how to do the filling. I'm not the guy that does this here at Loot, so I'm not gonna risk it. But we do have a video on it that you can definitely check out. Any more starships in the future? That's definitely a possibility. The starships are actually a little bit complicated. We will probably have a survey at some point asking you guys about it, because what we found is that the starships a lot of them are actually fairly complicated to do, which means they are fairly complicated to assemble. And as a result, a lot of people don't end up printing them, which is a shame. So we want you guys to actually be able to print and use the stuff that we make for you. So the starships are kind of on a hiatus right now, but it's definitely a possibility that they will come back.
So, when is the 6-month loyalty reward going to be released?
For Sci-Fi, I'm actually not sure.
I
which
believe
is
it
good.
lines up with fantasy, right?
Yeah, the thing is, I think it was a little bit delayed, and the loyalty reward is the Jesus Christ, I forgot the name of the little the name you gave for the little alien inside the skull. The if it fits I sits alien, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's the skull. I can't remember quite. I can't quite remember the name. I'll try to find it out. Let's see if anybody comments.
Yes, I'm actually unsure on that one. I haven't actually been following that.
Yeah.
So if someone from the team could drop an answer to that on chat.
It's good also to give props to our Discord and Facebook communities, because this name actually came from Loot subscribers in Discord. So if you don't participate in that community, check it out. It's really fun. We have people who give painting tips there, talk about our minis, talk about RPGs in general. It's really fun. Yes,
Screw the school sitter. Yes.
exactly.
Anthony Edwards. I'm disappointed no sci-fi prop this month. They are usually some of the best ones. Yeah, unfortunately, we didn't manage to do a prop for this bundle. Props are not something that we consider, a part of the core of the bundle. They are always something that we did as an extra. And once in a while, we have to cut something from a bundle because there's too much stuff in it, or there's just either not enough time. And I think we considered doing a prop for this bundle, but we ended up it fit better on a future one. So yeah, unfortunately, no prop for this bundle, but it's kind of part of the model. And I think I think the questions are actually winding down here. And I think we're kind of right on time to end the live stream here. So we're gonna end the live stream here, guys. Thank you so much for sticking with us through the whole live stream today, and we do hope to see you next time.
Absolutely. Bye, guys.
So see ya.